How is everybody's weeks been? Let me know. I haven't seen you guys. Sorry, my trousers keep like slipping down my legs. Hi, Jinx. How are you? Let me know what your week's been up to since we last spoke. I'd like to know. Fill me in on everything that's been going on. Today's true crime deep dive is one that was sent in over on the Discord server. So if you're not part of the Discord server, then you should probably join. joshuamiles.co.uk/join. It will send you right there. There used to be a Discord. Thank you for the hydrate redeem. There used to be a Discord command, but I haven't set it back up again. Jinx says, this weird person kept calling me all week and they kept acting like my cats are their cats. Jinx, they are my cats. Unless you want to stop paying for their food, they're my cats. Bro, guys. Thank you for all the hydrate redeems. Okay. Today's case. Drink. Yeah, right. I will be hydrated. Today's case is somewhat recent, but there has been closure. Recent. And by recent, I mean within the past 2 years. Like, it's from 2020. So that's 2 years ago, but it is still, you know, it's still fairly recent, just so that everyone is aware. Jing says, okay, lurking because brain fuzzy. Okay, thank you for the lurk. Sing says, I can't stay because I have to wake up early for work. No. Alaric says, plus with ADHD, everything is plus like 50 minutes anyway, right? I'm good. I got new Joy-Cons. Heck yeah. This is such a bop of a song. It reminds me of Shrek. Editor Styles, hello my lovely. How are you doing? Let me give Editor Styles a quick VIP here and a quick shout out. If you guys are interested. Oh, that's huge. Why is that so big? Are you okay? What did he just do? Did he just do a shot? Oh no. Oh no. Hot sauce. Oh. I would be crying. I would be crying. I don't know why that clip was so big on the screen. I really want to show you. Yeah, hot sauce. Ouchie. Inu says, I forced myself to be more social and join the official Sky Discord server. Fun. We love getting a little community going. You just want to say hi? Okay, Sinka. Just let us know when you're popping off to work. And without further ado, I think we should delve into this case. So let's go to the seated position. Hello. Come on. There we go. Let's move to seated position. So I haven't read too much up about this case. All I know is that Grace Millane was a British backpacker, and this case happens in New Zealand. Oh, let me shimmy. Oh, in New Zealand is where this case is from. We've got a few official documentations, and there's quite a lot of press coverage on this already, which is great news. I need to stop my Spotify. Please chill. So let's begin. Without further ado, I hope we're all ready. Okay, this is the Stardew screen. This is not the right one. Let's get the this I did not prepare. Let me move me to where I usually am. Oh, did not mean to do that one. Let me move me to where I usually am. I usually sit down here. I'm quite washed out. Ugh, how many technical issues do I have to go through? That's the question. Let's get some more color in. There we go. And then let's flip the camera around. And there we are. Oh, that looks very dramatic, doesn't it? Look a little dramatic. There's a little bit of drama going on. I'll be like something. Let me switch those lights behind me to a less intensive color. Inu says that they finished their art. Hell yeah. What have you been working on? By the way, guys, for those who are just joining us or just coming on, and if you've never been on a True Crime Deep Dive stream before, we kind of start them off a bit more lighthearted and try and, like, you know, see how everyone's doing. Hi, Break the Ice, welcome on in, and see what everyone's up to, what everyone's been up to this week, and all that kind of jazz, before we delve into the heavy stuff, because it's pretty heavy, what we talk about and the cases we discuss. And, you know, it's important to take breaks. And we do take breaks every 20 minutes. We take a 90-second break, just so we can step back, step away, hydrate, you know, the works. That really didn't improve my lighting situation, did it? In fact, I feel like that just made it worse. That's a bit greeny. That'll do. That'll do. That'll do. Okay, so let's... So I've got a few things up already. I have some official documents up. I already searched on NZLII, which is the database of publicized cases in New Zealand. I don't think I've ever covered a case from New Zealand before. So I'm going to be new to doing the research in New Zealand. So this is, we're going to do a lot of figuring out how we can get access, but I've already found quite a few files here, which we can go through. Of course, we have a Wikipedia page, and as I always say, Wikipedia page is a great place to start off, and it's a great place to begin your research, but obviously it's not the best if you just use that as your primary source. It's a great place. Sorry, I'm just trying to adjust my light. It's just get a bit closer. Come on, don't be shy, Mr. Light. Come on, there we go. It's a great place to start. It gives you lots of references. It gives you lots of places to go, but it should never be used as a primary source. Let me bring these lights up even further. I don't think this is helping. If anything, I think my camera's on the wrong setting. But let's... I'll faff with that during the next ad break. Okay. Yeah, that's not helped at all. In fact, it's definitely made things worse. Oh, God. Let me bring these down again. Hopefully the camera will adjust. Okay, cool, wonderful. Okay, everyone, so we're going to begin by going through this brief synopsis here at the start, and then we'll start taking a look at these other documents. And as per always, we do have the music turned off. We used to have music playing, but we have the music currently turned off, so you can listen to music if you wish. Otherwise, I mean, if you want me to put music on, I can. Some little background music. Else, yeah, we should get into it. Inu says, also, I'm getting my haircut in 2 weeks and I'm going to want it to look like a jellyfish. Oh my gosh, that sounds fun. That sounds good. I'm excited for you. I'm very excited. Let me bring this. There you go. Okay, that's a bit high. Come on, down a bit. Thank you. Okay, let's begin. So, Grace Emmy Rose Millane. So let me just grab a picture that we can put on the screen for us super quickly. I already have one saved. Let me get a picture up so we know who we're talking about. Dun, dun, dun. So that's just so we know, you know, who we're discussing. Let's put her over here for now. Ooh.
I think it's time to blow this thing. Get everybody to step together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Thank you for the follow there, Fox NB. Welcome on, and I really need to cut my toenails, fingernails. They are getting a bit long. Hi, Bronco Bonnie. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Okay, let's begin with this synopsis. So, Grace Emmy Rose Millane. It could be Millane. I think it might be Millane. Who was born on the 2nd of December 1996, was a British tourist whose disappearance in Auckland in New Zealand. Let me bring this up a bit in size. just that you guys, I might bring this one down here. There we go. Just so you guys can read along. Hi, Gimpleg. I want to try to say Gimple G. I hope you're doing well. So Grace disappeared in Auckland, New Zealand in December of 2018, and this sparked international attention. A 26-year-old man by the name of Jesse Shane Kempson was charged with her murder on the 8th of December 2018. Some of the official documentation that we have, you're okay with either? Okay, wonderful. It's actually from 2020 due to some appeals. So that's in case you get your dates a bit confuddled. And her body was found in the, I don't know how you pronounce this, but we're going to learn, in this range to the west of Auckland the following day. Kempson's name was initially suppressed by the New Zealand courts, meaning it could not be published in New Zealand. However, some international media outlets chose to publish it contrary to the New Zealand court order. It has now that name suppression has been lifted. Okay, so there's going to be an advert. We're going to run a quick ad before we delve into any further information here, and then we can get going. So let me just run this advert, and I'll see you guys in 90 seconds. Grab something to eat, have something to drink, and have a fun time. See you in 90 seconds. Okay, hello everybody, welcome on back. I hope that camera's a bit better for us here. If not, it's a little washed out again, but you know what? We're fine. We're fine. We move. We grind. Alaric says, I was laying with my eyes shut and my cat pulled me in the head. No. And then touched noses. Oh, that's so cute though. That's so cute. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's take a look here of what we can find. I think what I want to initially do is check over on newspapers.com. And see, yes, let me in, and see whether this has anything. I don't want honey gold, thank you. See whether this has anything from around the time. I hope this does New Zealand paper as well. So let's take a look at Grace. We only want it. I mean, it will be fine if it's British papers as well. So we kind of want to go. We want the range to be from 2018 to 2020, and then we want to sort by the oldest information that we've got here. Okay, so let's take a look here. This is from Thursday, the 6th of December 2018 in the Evening Star. And here it's a small little article here. Okay, so let's have a little read. So it says here, the last known picture of a British backpacker missing in New Zealand was released today as her family appealed for authorities to, quote, bring her home. Now, Grace Millane, 22, from Essex, was last seen by her roommates at Base Backpackers Hostel in Auckland on Saturday. Okay, I'm going to quickly just switch and see if I can find it on the map, so we can see where we are on the areas. The reason I've switched away to full screen cam is because I don't want to accidentally give away where I am living, because that would not be very fun. Base Backpackers Hostel. Good evening, Levi. How are you? Hello. Base Backpackers in Auckland. I spelled Auckland wrong. I missed the K. Okay, Base Backpackers in Auckland. Oh, it is permanently closed. Right, let me switch over so you guys can see. It's permanently closed. You're great, great. I'm doing really well, thank you. But this is kind of the location we're talking here. If we zoom out, we should be able to see. So yeah, this is Auckland in New Zealand, which I'm sure everyone knows where New Zealand is, right? So let's get into see if we can have a closer look here with our street view. So I believe this here was, oh, maybe not, maybe it wasn't this one, maybe it was on my left. Let's see if we can find it. Well, it says on the map that it was around here somewhere. So I believe it was about here. Matt Z plays Days. Yeah, we would all bundle up around Josh's and Raider's sweet cupboard and drink his tea, right? I believe it was in this makeup derby, stand arcade. So it was further this way, but it's in this general vicinity, and this was when she was last seen. This is epic watching it live. Well, this is why we do it. I mean, I'm learning about this case just at the same time as you guys are learning about this case. So, yeah, so this is the general area. Sasuke says, as long as no one sleeps in my airbed in the house. I feel like I have enough airBeds in this house to accommodate everybody. Okay, so it says that this hotel, I know this is a bit small on the screen, so I'll read it out for you, was basic dorms and private rooms and a low-key center hostel with game rooms and 2 bars. Oh, so it was on Queen Street, which is this one, 229. Oh, is it not in that location? 225? 223 to 237. I'm looking for 229 here, and I can't really see it. Oh, so actually, it looks like it might have been over here. 228. It's somewhere in this general vicinity. When Grace went missing, I spent the majority of my day checking the news for updates, hoping she was found safe. Yeah, very, it's a very sad case. I am previously aware of the case, but I'm not, like, super clued up. So the location here is close to Albert Park, and it's also close to, this, well, kind of like the river seafront kind of vibe, you know? It's not quite the seafront, but it's close enough. And, you know, it's in Auckland, which is a very, very popular place. And we know that she was a backpacker. So let's continue on here through this paper article. So she was last seen on the Saturday, which would have been... So the Thursday was the 6th, Wednesday was the 5th, Tuesday was the 4th, Monday was the 3rd, Sunday was the 2nd. Oh, she was last seen on the 1st of December then, by the looks of it. Let me jump back and see if we can double check this. Yes, 1st of December, there we go. Okay, so let's continue through. So her father was a property developer, and he flew out to help them with the search. And CCTV was released by Auckland Police, in which you can see her leaving an entertainment complex, Sky City. Okay, let's take a look over here at the background here. I want to see whether we can get, this is number 7. So that's from the news there. I don't quite want... Did the BBC change the logo? I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's a strange logo. I wonder whether we can find... more on this story. I wonder whether we can just do a... let's go into here. The BBC would definitely have reported on this. I can do bbc.co.uk just to bring up all the BBC articles. And then if we do the advanced one, let's look at just ones. Oh my gosh, why do I have to scroll all the way back? Her parents in interviews are heartbreaking. Oh, I'm going to scroll back to 2018, bear with me. So we want to go, let's say from the 30th of November through to the end of December there. So hit go. So... Dun, dun, dun. Okay, actually, I feel like I might make this a bit tighter with our custom range and bring this into like the immediate days afterwards. Let's see what we've got. Oh, that's still not tight enough. There we go. Okay, so the first article here in the BBC was this one from the 5th of December 2018. So here's a picture of Grace, and it says, let's go into reader mode so you guys can see this. So it says, police in New Zealand are searching for a British woman who went missing 5 days ago. Backpacker Grace Millane from Essex was last seen by her roommates at a hostel in Auckland on Saturday. Her family, who said they spoke to her most days, became concerned when she failed to, let me bring this bigger, when she failed to reply to birthday messages on the Sunday and said her silence was completely out of character. And the Foreign Office is providing support to the police. Her brother Michael said that his sister, who graduated from the University of Lincoln in September, had previously travelled as part of an organised group through South America for 6 weeks. However, she was travelling alone when she arrived in New Zealand about 2 weeks ago. Quotes, "It was what she wanted. She wanted to see the world." And here is a missing poster. Her family reported her missing to the New Zealand police, who were then at that point investigating the disappearance. Quotes, "They're trawling through her social media posts and emails to see if there are any clues, but so far we have no news." His sister last spoke to a family member on the Thursday, which was when she that was before she arrived in New Zealand, and has not put out anything on social media since. She had 2 mobile phones with her in New Zealand, but calls were going straight to voicemail. He further added that she had not travelled alone before, and it was completely out of character for her to have not been in contact with us or with her friends. Oh, and here's a picture here of the hotel. So we were close when we looked. What? Let's just double back in there. We were very close. I believe this here was where it was then. Right? Where is my picture? ACB. Oh, wait, is it further up? I have got lost. Let's move back up the road. ACB. I feel like I recognize that sign from somewhere. Did we see that earlier? Anyway, it's in this general area. Mia maps, we don't get on. Oh, next to Westpac. Well, actually, we might be able to find this here. Westpac, where are you? Westpac. Let's see if we can find Westpac. Are there any in this? Oh, it looks like these are further up here. Maybe it moved. Again, this data is not super accurate. ACB. I don't really know. This storefront must have changed. But yeah. Matsy says, "Damn, did you really put a lot of effort into making your YouTube stuff?" I looks at yeah. I think it's I don't like people that, or creators that half-arse it. It's disrespectful in my opinion to not do your full due diligence in your coverage of cases. I think it's very important to make sure that you fully understand the case before like speaking on it. So not only did Miss Millane fail to respond to any messages on her 22nd birthday, which was on that Sunday, but she also did not send her dad a message on his birthday on the following Tuesday. Quotes, "We are really, really worried and concerned about Grace. We just want her to get in contact." And then we know that her father did fly out to New Zealand, and it seems the family used Facebook as a way of exploring. I will subscribe when the wife releases my pocket money. I get it. Of publicizing the case, and it goes on to say that they have.
I think it's time to blow this thing. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Thank you for the follow, Yoshimitsu365, and thank you for the stretch redeem.
I think it's time to blow this thing. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Thank you for the follow, Silly505. Welcome on in. Let me do a quick stretch. Ooh, I hope you're doing well. Okay, let's continue on here. So that was this article. Love your videos. First time seeing you on Twitch. Well, welcome on in. These are my true crime deep dive streams, and on these streams we go through a case together. I don't know where the case is going. I'm not super familiar with the case that we go through, so we kind of learn about the case together, and I show you guys different research techniques and techniques of, you know, finding reputable information. Okay, so concerns then begin to grow. So I think if we try and look, see if we can find any kind of PDFs here. No, nothing here really comes through. I know here we have a, well, this is that's quite later on in the case. So let's head on back over to it's like I have an issue with Anna Solves. Some of the cases, the vids are just plain wrong. The facts are misconstrued too at times. I'll be honest, guys, I don't really watch other true crime YouTubers, mainly because I don't want to, like, subconsciously copy their mannerisms and the way that they produce videos. And, you know, I'm not really clued in on everyone else. I'm just in my own little world most of the time. So I don't know of Anna Solves. Matt says, me too, we watched every vid at least twice, and now we get to watch live. Well, you're welcome. You get to see the messy show that is my research process. Okay, so we have one here. So actually, let's just continue through this one, because this gives us, I mean, it might give us, I wonder whether we can find this video that they're talking about in this article. So I'm going to jump over to YouTube real quick, and see what we can find. Grace Millane. Okay. Let me see. I want to see how far back we can go. So the issue is with YouTube is let me show you, it's the worst at trying to find anything. If you're actually trying to find anything, it's so bad because it doesn't really help you out. Like, this isn't in any particular order, and I've already applied a video filter. Let's go with, see, this upload date, that doesn't help because I can't specify. Sort by upload date. There we go, let's try this one. But I want to sort by upload date the other way around. I want it to be oldest first, but it won't let you do that. So let me do some scrolling. Let's just do some, oh. Keep it scrolling, keep it scrolling. True Crime ASMR. Okay. Yeah, this is only getting us to 7 months. I wonder whether using this feature here would be any more helpful. Okay, so we actually have actually no, this is much more helpful. So this is a video from the 7th of December. Ooh, pause. Which is not long after which is not long, you know, it was the week after she went missing. And this is from her father, which we're going to watch. Let me make sure that we have audio here real quick.
Thank you for coming today.
Okay. Was that loud enough? Let me...
As you know...
Was that loud enough for you guys? Let me know. Quick audio check. Let me know whether that was loud enough for you guys. Yes, it was. Okay, so we're going to watch this. I don't know, but does it have CCs? It looks like it does. Oh, it does have closed captions. So this is good. So I'll put this on and let me hide that one. And then we'll get to learn a bit more about Grace and who she was.
Thank you for coming today. As you know, Grace has been missing for several days. We last had contact with her on Saturday the 1st of December, and as a family we've been extremely concerned for her welfare. Grace is a lovely, outgoing, fun-loving, family-orientated daughter. Grace has never been out of contact for this amount of time. She's usually in daily contact with either her mother, myself, her two brothers, members of the family on social media. I don't know if you know, but Grace is on a year-long worldwide overseas experience. Grace started this travel journey in Peru in South America, and at the end of this was really looking forward to the second leg in New Zealand. She arrived here on the 20th of November and has been bombarding us with numerous photographs and messages of her adventures. We are all extremely upset, and it is very difficult at this time to fully describe the range of emotions we are going through.
1 second, guys. I'm going to take some notes while we watch this real quick. So I'm just going to go back a little bit, just so I can take some notes. You've only just got the push notification. We've been live for 40 minutes. That's Twitch is slacking on those push notifications. We're just gonna, I'm just gonna rewind a little bit so I can take some notes of these key dates, and then you know, make sure I have all this down. So let me just play again.
Wide overseas experience. Grace started this travel journey in Peru in South America, and at the end of this was really looking forward to the second leg in New Zealand. She arrived here on the 20th of November and has been bombarding us with numerous photographs and messages of her adventures. We are all extremely upset, and it is very difficult at this time to fully describe the range of emotions we are going through. While we are very grateful for the media coverage both here and back home, we are finding this situation quite upsetting, and would sincerely hope that the media continue to respect our privacy. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to appeal to anybody who has seen, spoken to or come into contact with Grace over the last few days, and to come forward with any detail, no matter how small, and contact the investigation team.
Part of our investigation, we have reviewed hours and hours of CCTV footage, and this will continue throughout the weekend. We now have the last known sighting of Grace at 9:41 p.m. on Saturday, the 1st of December, at the City Life Hotel with a male companion. Police have identified this man, and he has been spoken to. Through our investigations, we have also identified a location of interest, an apartment in the City Life Hotel in Queen Street. We are conducting a scene examination at this address. I understand there will be lots of questions about what we are doing and why we're doing it and exactly why we're there. However, this is an ongoing investigation, and I'm not at liberty to discuss the details that some I don't have at the moment. At present, we've spoken to a person and we still have no evidence of foul play. Grace is still missing.
Is the male person you've spoken to, is he in custody at the moment?
No, he's not.
Is he a suspect in her disappearance?
Well, he is a person of interest. Yeah, as I say, we know she was last seen at 9:41 going into City Life. We still don't know whether she came out and what we're doing. That's part of our ongoing investigation.
Okay, so that gave us some pretty good insights and gave me some key piece of information that I jotted down, which was, you know, we knew that she started the first leg of this backpacking, that's the phrase, isn't it? Packing trip in Peru, and the second leg was in New Zealand and arrived on the 20th of November. And then the last known sighting being at 9:41 p.m. on the Saturday, the 1st of December at the City Life Hotel with an unidentified man who was a person of interest. Okay, that's very, very helpful to us. So I'm just going to see whether we have CCTV footage. So I'm just going to open this up and see. I'm just seeing this off camera just so I can have a look first to see whether we can get CCTV footage. Okay, yeah, I found one from the Evening Standards. We're going to take a look at this one real quick and watch this one through.
The longer this goes on, the more concerning it is. At the moment, we don't have any evidence of foul play, but we're keeping an open mind. All we know is that we have her on CCTV footage at 7:15 p.m. on Saturday night. From where she went there, we don't know, but obviously that's part of our ongoing investigation. The photo in the dress here is taken at Sky City on Saturday night, 7:15. So that's what she was last seen wearing.
Okay, so that instantly, you know, is a bit of a contradiction to what we just heard. So I believe this must have happened before they found the CCTV footage at City Life, because, you know, this one said 7:15 at a different hostel. Okay, so let's continue on. Let's continue through. So I think it might be important to okay, yeah, so this does clarify it here with this CCTV information. Let's just jump through. I want to know whether I can find anything else real quick. I'm just going to skim through this real quick. Here is the background information. Okay, so let's go with this document here. So I'm just going to quickly save this so that I can read it a bit better. And then... oh, this document is a bit gross. And then we'll start going through this because this has background information, which is going to be very, very important and useful. Is everyone still with me? Is everyone still here? No one's been given a bunch of random adverts. Yeah, we're still here. If you guys are researching along at home, which I know some people do like to do, then feel free to send... I think you can put links in the chat. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure if any mods are here. If any mods are here, just say hi real quick so that people can whisper links to you. But yeah, just pop links in chat if you are, and then let's begin with this. So this is from an appeal, and it's going to give us some background information here. So let me turn this on. Okay, my mum is the best. She just came through a jammy Dodger, says Alaric, and said she bought them for tonight since she knows about the deep dive. Tell your mum that I love them. Hi, Inu. Glad to see you're here. I don't know if you're doing art or something. Okay, let's begin going through this. So Grace was 21 years of age, a young English woman spending a postgraduate gap year traveling the world. Is this big enough for everybody? Do you want me to get a little bit bigger? Let's go, there we go, a little bit bigger. Oh, there we go. So it says here that she arrived in Auckland on the 20th of November 2018. And on the 30th of November 2018, she matched with the appellant, who we're going to get into a little bit in a little minute, on Tinder. So she matched with a man on Tinder. And now the following day, on Saturday the 1st of December 2018, this man messaged Grace, and they agreed to meet for a drink that evening. It was the eve of her 22nd birthday, taking a break, praying sky as usual. And the following events were reconstructed in evidence from CCTV footage and bar receipts. Given the importance of the context, we set them out in some detail. Well, I'm not going to argue with that. Let me just set up a goal here for us real quick. Dun, dun, dun. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, they've got a new goal going. So an advert is about to start, so we'll take the quick ad break, and then after the ad break, which is 90 seconds, guys, unless you are subscribed, which is £3.99, you get you don't get any ads, and you get exclusive emotes, and you get to join in case polls over on the Discord server for our monthly polls, and you also get to support me. If you have Amazon Prime, you can link your Amazon Prime to your Twitch accounts, and you can subscribe for absolute free. Spend a bit of Jeff Bezos's money. Give me them ads. Heck yeah. Yeah, so after the ad break, it'll be 90 seconds. We'll then go through this document and see what we learn. So I'll see you guys in 90 seconds. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome on back. I hope you had a good cat dance break. Let me close off some Jinx's moi, right? Man, if only all your YouTube subs knew about this Twitch show, it would be on fire. Yeah, right? I really need to like promote it a bit more. But I like the little community we have. I like the little community we have here. It's more like, I don't know how to describe it. It's more not intimate, but you know what I mean. Okay, so let's so we know the name of the guy. Wait, let me just double check the name. So the name Jesse. So remember, Jesse's the appellant in this case. So oh, sorry, I had the hiccups. Like a dysfunctional family, right? So let's continue through. So Grace and Jesse met outside the Sky City Casino at 5:45 p.m. They entered the Sky City building and went up the escalators to Andy's Burger Bar. Hello, Tendertoki, how are you doing? Welcome on in. Which was on the first floor. Now, Jesse purchased 2 cocktails at 5:49 p.m. and an hour later, he purchased 7 more cocktails and 2 shots of tequila. Then at 7:12 p.m., they left Andy's Burger Bar, walking out of Sky City onto Federal Street. Now, you've got to remember, because this is an appeal document, it might not lay it out as if Jesse was, you know, the perpetrator here. You're doing good, renovating one of my rooms in Animal Crossing. Oh, wonderful. I'm doing really good, thank you. Now, they walked along Federal Street, then crossed diagonally onto Victoria Street West, entering the Mexican Cafe at 7:16 p.m. Now, if this was a YouTube video, I would have a really nice graphic on the screen of a map showing you these different locations, but that would take a long time, and yeah, so just kind of, it's all in the same kind of area. So at 8:27 p.m, the appellant paid, or Jesse paid, for 2 jugs of margarita and 1 sangria. And after which, he and Grace left the Mexican cafe, crossed Albert Street and walked north on Albert Street towards Durham Street West. And they were holding hands. Okay. There's quite a bit of alcohol they've consumed at this point, I have to say. Okay, so from there, they walked down Durham Lane, entering the Bluestone Room, which is a bar, at 8:30 p.m. Oh, I really kind of want to map this a bit. I don't know if that's like right, let me write down these locations. Where's my pen? I really want to... It's important info if they're holding hands, right? So they've drunk a lot of alcohol. They've drunk... Oh, I pressed the wrong button. They've drunk a lot of alcohol, you know, and there just seems to be having... The date seems to be going well. Let me write down these locations for us. I feel like a co-investigator right now, right? Got to remember that this is a solved case. So as we go through it, keep that in mind. But yeah, it's so interesting learning information about cases. So Andy's Burger Bar. Let me write down these key locations. Andy's Burger Bar. By the way, guys, I have a newfound love for fountain pens. Love them. And I'm left-handed, so like I have a left-handed nib on it. And I'm just in love with it. Also, it's one that you don't refill with like cartridges. You like buy the ink in a bottle. This is very off topic. You buy the ink in a oh my gosh, in a bottle like this. And then you stick the end in and twist it, and then it sucks the ink up. And I think that's way, way more eco-friendly than like just having a bunch of plastic pens that run out and then you throw them away, right? Anyway, off topic. So Andy's Burger Bar, which was at the Sky City building. Sky City, and then they walked out of Sky City onto Federal Street. And then they walked along Federal Street and crossed onto Victoria Street West. Victoria Street West. The reason I'm writing this down is because I'm going to switch over to the map, and then we're going to kind of like follow. I love those pens. Yeah, this is the Lamy Safari. It's like 20 quid on Amazon. Very, very good pen. Yeah, so the reason I'm writing it down is because we are going to go through this in the map, like on Google Maps. And you know, try and follow them, but I don't have enough I can't remember it very well. I don't want to be switching back and forth. Dun dun dun. So that is 7:12. And then they got to the Mexican Cafe. Mexican Cafe at 7:16. And then they left around, I would say around 8:27 is when that says. Crossed Albert Street. It really is. I used the Lamy one during my first years of school, so seeing this makes me feel so nostalgic. I just, it's such a good pen. Such a good pen. Crossed Albert Street and then walked towards Durham. Durham Street West. And they were holding hands. Holding hands. By the way, guys, I'm currently writing this down. I don't want to show. There's like, I use these in my. So these are my. I'm not like trying to plug them, but I really do love these. These are my notebooks that you can get for £10 on joshuamiles.shop. And I get through so many of them because I use these to write all my case notes in. There's case notes on the back here of a case that's coming out tomorrow. I end up filling like 20 pages of just my notes for a case. So if you wanted, and they work with fountain pens, so if you wanted a new notebook and you wanted to treat yourself, head over to joshuamiles.shop. There's not very many left. And I say that because I keep picking them up, taking them from the shop and using them. So, you better beat me to it. So from there, they walked down Durham Lane. So 8:30, Bluestone Bar. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so this is giving us the map. I found fountain pens nice and make me write cleaner. Yeah, me too. There's something about them that just makes everything feel good. I'm going to purchase one next month after you paid for your concert ticket. Heck yeah. I should be ordering this month. There's 2 designs on the. Should I show you guys? Let me show you guys. This isn't a plug, by the way, or anything. I mean, it kind of is a plug, but I just really love the products that we have. So there's 2 different designs that we have. We have the Truth Lies Within design and then the Lover's Tarot notebook. So yeah, it's £10. So this is the Truth Lies Within design. Love, love, love. These are actually my notes. She says, quiz to be sent over, assets OBS. You're going to TwitchCon Amsterdam? I don't know. I don't like leaving the house. And then we have the Lover's Tarot, which is the new one, which I absolutely love. Love a lot. And then here's them together. I love them. They write so well. Yeah, you get the A5, 160 pages of 90 GSM white paper stock. I love them. I want to do some notebooks that have not lines but the dots in them, so I might look at doing those at some point too. Yes, me too. My fountain pen is 19 years old and works fine. Yeah, the one that I have is like 3 years old, but I hadn't used it in like 2 years. I found it when I was at my parents' house and the other day for Mother's Day. So I found it, brought it back, gave it a jolly good clean, and then it's working fine. Yes, much better than purchasing new pens over and over again, right? Right? There's just something about them. It's lovely. Okay, so let's jump back over to, right, I'll jump over to Google Maps and we can start, or should I go, I'll go on to Google Earth Pro actually, so that we can plot this and have a look. See what's going on. If Google Earth Pro wishes to open, I'd be very much obliged. Dun 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 dun. Don't do me. Go away. So, okay, I've got it open. It is kind of showing where I live because it's showing, guys, that I live in the UK. Hello, Prom Queen, not welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. So let's go to Andy's Burger Bar, which is in Auckland. I think this is the right one. Dun, 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 dun. And it should be near Federal Street. If it is, I like that street name, please. Hobson. Oh, well. Victoria Street West is the right one. Albert Street. It wasn't a Sky Tower, right? Sky City, yeah. Sky City. Where's Federal Street then? Can you guys see Federal Street? Where am I?
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Thank you for the follow, Prissy Hippie. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Let me change this goal again because I much prefer follow goals than sub goals. There we go. Let's get that running. There we go. I think this is right, but I don't see Federal Street. Oh, it's this one here. It's this run running through here. So yeah, this is the right location. So let's just drop a pin. So this was at 5:45 p.m. in this location. So they went here for drinks to Andy's Burgers Bar. I wonder if I can get rid of that one. I feel like the place is a bit much. There we go. And then... yeah, okay. So they started here, and then they walked out onto Federal Street, which is this one. And then they went to Victoria Street West, which is here, to the Mexican Cafe. So let's... you know what would be so much easier of me just writing that down? I should just print that one singular page off. Let me print this one page off. It's going to make my life so much easier. Let me just switch to the camera. Should have done this to begin with. What page? Page 6, please. Customized. I like only page 6. Okay. Print. I'll send that to the printer. Because it'll make it so much easier to plot this. So we can see... By the way, guys, we use a very eco-friendly printer. Don't worry. Okay. Okay, this is going to help me a lot more. And I'm back. Okay, let's get back to the map. I know I spent a good 5 minutes writing all that information down, and I should have just printed it. So they started here and they walked out onto Federal Street here, then crossed diagonally onto Victoria Street West, which is... Can we get a top-down view, please? No, yeah, I want to be facing north. Why is this so difficult to... Okay, there's a big building. So onto Victoria Street West here. So the Mexican Cafe, I believe, is around here somewhere then. Mexican food, there it is. It's got it on its roof. So this would be... there we go. So they left here, crossed diagonally to the Mexican Cafe here. So we'll drop a pin on the Mexican Cafe, which is... So they got here at 7:16 p.m. And then they left the Mexican Cafe and crossed Albert Street. Where is Albert Street? Here's Albert Street. So they went across Albert Street towards Durham Street South. Durham Street West, sorry. So they went across here. I wish I could, like... Can I draw? I can. So this is the path that they took. Okay, that's... Why did I do that? Undo. Cancel. Cancel. So they went across over to there, then they went across here. How do I move the camera now? And over to here, to Durham Street South. And then when they were on Durham Street, can I use the WASD stuff? There we go. And then they walked down Durham Street West holding hands. and went to Bluestone Room, which I believe is somewhere along here. So let's say okay to that one for now. We've got to see if we can find. Let's turn these 3D buildings off. Go away. You're not being any help here. So we need to see if we can find. Let's turn places back on. City Garden Apartments. See if we can find this location. Why don't I just search in? That would make life easier. So it's Bluestone Bar. Well, it's none of these. It's in Auckland.
I think it's time to blow this thing. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's
go. Thank you, Para, for the Para Heli. Thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. True Crime on Twitch. Yeah, that's what we're going for right now. I'm trying to figure out where the heck. So they brought down this road, but I'm not sure. Oh, they walked down Durham Lane. Durham Lane being here. Oh, City Life is here. Opposite the City Life Hotel. So let's where's my little man? Let's jump down into Street View. So they've walked down here. There's the City Life Hotel. And this is Durham Lane here. Well, will you let me go that way? Let me go this way. So it was somewhere around here was this was the bar. Somewhere around here is where they came to. It must be, it might be any of these. It could be a closed shop that's here. We just don't know. It could have been this one here. So they walked down here to get a drink, and they purchased 2 bottles of beer and a cocktail from here, 8:33 p.m. And then they purchased another bottle of beer and another cocktail, 2 shots of tequila, and then while inside the bar, it says that they kissed multiple times. Okay. How that really just sort of how the date was going between them. Let's finish the map off here. Turn the 3D buildings back on. Oh, where did we go? Take me back. Just throw us up into the air. Okay, so let's. So it was somewhere down here. Was where the blue bar was. So this would have been at, what did I say? 8. Bluestone Room, sorry. Bluestone Room. So that would have been 8:30. Oops. 8:30 p.m. And then we can just take the path here. Can I edit this path, or do I have to? Oh, I can edit the path. So they walked down here and then to the bar. Now let's just make this this path a bit more obvious. Bring the width up. Let's say it's like 5. There we go. So now we can see the route that they took. So here we go, all plotted out. Let me get rid of any of the excess. No, I want the buildings back on. Any of the excess labels here. There we go. So this is the route that they took that night from the burger bar to the Mexican food place. They were holding hands going down here, and then they were kissing here. And Jesse, was that his name? I believe so. He lived in the City Life Hotel in a like an apartment there. That's where he was. So this was close to where he, was doing his business. So let's continue then back here. Let's continue on. So over the course of the evening that night, Grace sent several messages to a close friend from university who'd been living in Dubai at the time. Grace said that she was on a date with someone who was a, quote, manager at an oil company. This was followed by a message referring to cocktails all round. Then another message saying that Jesse, let me just double check that's his name. I believe that was his name. Yeah, it was Jesse. Jesse had said that they were, quote, getting smashed as it was her birthday the following day. Then later on in the conversation, Grace texted her friend saying he is coming to, give me a sec. He's coming to London next year. I click with him so well. And that she would tell her friend what happens the next day. These are the last messages that Grace ever sent. She went missing the day before her birthday. So it was her birthday the following day, yeah. So it says here that Jesse and Grace left the Bluestone room at 9:39 p.m, entering City Life, which we know is the hotel complex where Jesse lived, at 9:40 p.m, taking the lift to the floor on which Jesse's apartment was located. Now, for the next 4 hours, the exact events become unclear. What is certain is that either late in the evening of Saturday the 1st of December 2018 or early the following Sunday morning, Jesse killed Grace in his apartment. Okay. I might just update the stream title real quick. So just so it reflects the case a bit better. Dun dun dun, don't mind me. Dun 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 dun. And let me save that. Done. Okay. Updated that. Is this the Tinder murder? This is one of them, unfortunately. There's been quite a few, sadly, but yes, this is a Tinder murder. They met on Tinder. Okay, so at trial, so this actually just does kind of skip around a bit. It doesn't really tell us about the investigation. So I kind of want to figure out or see if we can find any more about the investigation. So yeah, that didn't really tell us much. I just wanted to figure out how you said this, say this word, because this is important in the case. Pronounce. Well, we're not going for, like, there's a lot of pronunciations here, but it's not Chinese, is it? It's an English. I guess we could try Australian.
Waitakere Ranges Regional Park.
Waitakere Ranges Regional.
Waitakere? Let's see what this one says.
I'm in the Waitakere Ranges.
Okay, Waitakere. Okay, cool. Just wanted to double check that one. So let's see what the investigation here. Is there anything that leads from disappearance to a murder charge? Do we have that one open? No. Let's take a look here. So this is from a New Zealand website. So I'm just going to quickly do what I usually do when I come across a website, especially a news source that I've never touched before. I'm going to pull up my CrowdTangle, which is a Google Chrome extension that tells you all about, you know, how many followers the website has and their social standing. And you can use a social standing to kind of get an understanding on whether the website is a real website or a fake website. So it says here that they have, you know, 750,000 followers on Facebook. They don't have a Twitter account, but they have, you know, they have a lot of social presence, which is good news. Very good news. I think I disabled or uninstalled the other one that I used earlier by accident. Whoopsie. But yeah, that's just one of the ways that I can verify a source is by seeing their social media presence. It kind of tells us whether or not, you know, people trust it. And if it's a, you know, a website that has lots of social media presence, then more likely than not, it's something that can be trusted. Something else I can do is click on my sources button, and it says that this source is probably credible. So wonderful news. So I'm going to just put this into a format that we can read. By the way, that Google Chrome extension I just clicked on is called Mercury Reader, if you guys were interested. So let's okay, so it kind of starts here. Search Sparks. So we'll go from this point onwards and read through here, but there will be an advert running in just a moment. So we'll run an advert. It'll be 90 seconds. Make sure you go get something to drink, something to eat, stretch, hang out. And then after that advert, we will go through this part of this article. And then once we get through to when the murder charges were brought against him, we'll jump back to that PDF document that we had to find out more. So I'll see you guys in 90 seconds. Okay, welcome on back. Hello. Sorry, there's a lot going on right then. Yeah, sorry about that. Some of the clips are a bit intense. Okay, let's continue on. I was just trying to see whether I can make Google Chrome any big... No, we're already in full screen mode. I just want to see whether I could get rid of the address bar. Like hide it or something. No, I don't think I can. Just because it's very much like in your face. It's very much there. It was epic indeed, heck yeah. Okay, let me zoom in a bit more for you guys. Okay, that's gone a bit funny. Let's go from here. Okay, so the search for Grace was sparked, as we previously saw, by her parents, who became concerned she hadn't been in contact with them since December 1st. Now, this was unusual, as she kept in touch with them and other family members daily through WhatsApp. Now, the family were especially worried, as she hadn't responded to messages they sent to mark her birthday, which was on December 2nd. And checks at the base backpacker hostel, which was where she had staying, showed that she hadn't returned there after a Saturday night out, which was when the Tinder date was. An appeal for sightings of Grace was made by the city police on December 4th, who issued a photograph of her wearing a black baseball cap. Okay, so more than 18,000 kilometers away in her hometown of Wickford, Essex, friends and family frantically began spreading word of her disappearance. Her brothers, Michael and Declan Millane, along with thousands of others, took to social media to implore people at home and abroad to help find her. And meanwhile, as this was going on, in Auckland, the police initially said that there was no evidence of foul play as the search for Grace continued. They had spoken to roommates at the hostel where most of her belongings had remained. But concerns for her continued as she hadn't updated her social media accounts for days. Right, guys, a quick caveat. If you're watching on mobile right now, if you tap on your screen, click the little share icon, scroll down and click host. It really helps. It's completely free for you. It really helps us here on the algorithm over on Twitch. And if you are also watching on mobile, you can also, if you have good enough internet, click the little cog icon when you tap on the screen. Scroll down and hit the untoggle the no. Oh my god, I'm messing up my words. Toggle the low latency mode because that will get rid of any stream delay that you might have. Okay. Oh, quick drink. Let's continue. So the radio silence, as it says, from her was, quote, out of character. Her brother Declan said as she had bombarded family with photos of her trip so far, which had included traveling to Cape Reinga with friends in the days before she had disappeared. Let me bring this picture up of her again. So officers were checking CCTV footage to pinpoint her movements from the time she arrived in Auckland on Friday, November 30th, to the time she was last seen a day later. And the longer she was missing, the more concerning it was, police said. No shit. But Detective Inspector Scott Beard, who is leading the investigation, maintains that they were keeping an open mind about where she was. But that wasn't assurance enough for Grace's father, David Millane, who flew from London to help with the search efforts. He arrived in Auckland on the Friday, where he tearfully appealed for information, no matter how small, that might help to find her. Okay, so I'm going to get this. I think we've already seen him speak about this, but as you guys, if you come to my true crime streams more often, you'll know that I don't like reading out quotes very much. So I get the computer to read it out. So we'll read this out. Okay, I can't hear it. I don't think it worked. Let me just double check all my settings. It might very well be. Oh. It's because I have not told it. There we go. Hopefully this will work this time. Services. Speak. Hello.
Investigation.
Oh, jeez. So sorry. Okay, let me get that back up. Start speaking.
I would just like to take this opportunity to appeal to anybody who has seen, spoken to, or come into contact with Grace over the last few days, to come forward with any detail, no matter how small, and contact the investigation team.
Okay, so it was at this point that the police revealed that they had grave fears for her safety and said for the first time that they had spoken to a person of interest, which was the last person that Grace had been seen with. I got scared. Yeah, me too. I'm so sorry about that, guys. There should have been something that prevented that from ever happening, but you know, my computer broke, so as per usual, we don't really know what's going on. Okay, so various sightings of Grace wearing either a black top, blue jeans and red sneakers, or a black dress with white shoes were reported to her family and to the police in the hours that followed. And on social media, one woman claimed to have seen her at a Countdown supermarket, while others believed they saw someone matching her description hitchhiking on the Southern motorway. Okay, none of these sightings were confirmed by police, and the focus of the investigation remained centered, as it still did at the time of this article, around the City Life Hotel. Now, why, I mean, if these were sightings of Grace, why would she have left all of her belongings back at home? Why would she not have made contact with her family? Like, I can see why these sightings weren't, like, to be confirmed, unless there was something mentally that was going on. But let's continue. So that focus intensified on Saturday, on the Saturday. So that must have been, when was this article written? Let me duplicate it. The 9th of December. Hey Google, what day was the 9th of December 2018?
The 9th of December 2018
Sunday.
fell on a Sunday.
Okay, so this must have been yesterday, so on the 8th of December, right? So the search testified when police said searches of an apartment there, along with CCTV footage, gathered evidence, quote, Grace is no longer alive. Grace is believed to have met the man accused of murdering her through a dating app. A vehicle of interest was seized, and the man previously spoken to by the police was taken into custody as part of the case, now being treated as a murder investigation. I am going to put a little bit of music on if you guys do not mind. Just a little bit of background music. Let me see if I can find something. Dun 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 dun. Let's get the Nintendo and chill back on. Can you guys hear that? It was coming through twice then, wasn't it? There you go. Okay, you can hear that. Cool. I just wanted just a little bit of music in the background. It might be a little quiet. There we go. How's that? Does that sound good? Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, let's continue here. So it says her family is said to be devastated by the latest developments. Again, no shit. And there's been an outpouring of support for them on social media by Kiwis, which are New Zealand natives or just citizens of New Zealand, apologizing that her trip of a lifetime ended in tragedy. Now, Grace's story gripped media across the world and united people thousands of miles apart. The case sparked every emotion, from one of hope in the early stages of the investigation to now one of sorrow and anger. The details of the case have changed dramatically over the course of the past week, but the focus of the investigation remained the same. Finding Grace was the priority. Oh, this is interesting because I feel like this is skip. Oh no, wait, we did say that the man on the Tinder date was previously taken into custody. So Jesse was taken into custody, and the day after, so this was the day that this article was published, on the 9th, police closed off an area of Auckland's Waitakere Ranges as part of the search, and they revealed that they had found, sadly, a body. Okay, so from that, that kind of fills in that gap, so we can jump back over here, and I might... Okay, so he was charged with the murder. Let me just double check. Let me just see if we can find... Oh, this is all the CCTV footage on this article here. So we will come back to this one. But I wanted to see whether we could find... whether we could find anything about the murder charges when they came across. I guess they'll be in this document at some point, right? I guess they'll occur in this document. So we got to number 17. So it went to trial, and Jesse was charged with murder. So it does say that at trial, Jesse accepted that he caused... Okay, yeah, Jesse says that he accepted that he had caused Grace's death. He did not give evidence, as was his right. The jury saw his evidential police interviews, and in the second of them, on the 8th of December 2018, so this was the day he was arrested and the day that it changed into a murder investigation, and the day before her body was found, he offered some explanation as to what occurred, while then at least denying he had caused Grace's death. What follows is Jesse's account, and obviously Grace cannot give her accounts. There is no other witness, and the Crown says that Jesse's account is entirely unreliable. So remember that this account is unreliable as we go through it. So I'm actually just going to move to a standing because my lower back... I've been sat at this desk all day, working away on tomorrow's video. Oh, bye everyone. Working away on tomorrow's video. And I've still got more work to do after stream, so... Oh, so much to do. So little time. Do you ever feel like that? Thank you for the posture check. Posture check now standing. Okay. So according to the appellant, so according to Jesse, now remember, again, thank you for the hydrate. I'll have a hydrate. Also, I want to take this opportunity really quick. Look at how beautiful this monstera is. How beautiful. Also, this is artwork. A lot of this artwork was sent by you guys, Titanic Flute. Thank you so much for the Titanic Flute, Matt. So yeah, a lot of this artwork was actually sent in by you guys, either for me to print it, or sent to when I used to have a PO box. But I want to bring the PO box back. But yeah, so this is what all this artwork here is, and my beautiful big monstera. Okay, let's continue on here. Let's continue on. I'm gonna pull my trousers on. They're falling down a little bit. Sometimes I wonder, so there's a window right next to me. I wonder whether the neighbors can see it and what they think I'm doing. Thank you for the clip, by the way. It really helps with the algorithm. Okay, so according to According to Jesse, while they were kissing and talking in the room back at the hotel, once they'd gone back to the hotel, Grace had raised the topic of bondage, choking, and other practices. Presuming your neighbors are even awake. Probably, but they can see through here when I'm working away anyway, like during the day. Because I work all day and then into the night as well. So I wonder what they think. So according to him, she expressed experiencing and enjoyment of them. And there is a footnote here. I wonder if we can take a look. And this ended up leading to sexual intercourse, which initially was quite just normal. But then he said Grace asked him if they could get into bondage, started biting him, and asked him to bite her. Quick side note, the human bite is dangerous. Is dangerous. I was reading something the other day about Josh's neighbors are all watching his YouTube. It's right. They can also see into the filming room when I'm filming in there. Like, they suddenly, every now and then, they'll see that the filming room, the lights are just on. Some bright lights. But yeah, the human bite is very dangerous. I was reading something the other day about a guy who got bit by a child at a nursery, and his arm swelled up massive, and he almost had to have his arm amputated because of this bite. Human bites are nasty, guys. Okay, so he said he did so after stopping to check that this was what she wanted. Should somebody stop biting yourself? Maybe. Jesse said that he was, quote, new to all that sort of stuff. I'm used to having sex that is just sex. At first I was uncomfortable, but I liked it, and so I was open to the idea. They continued having sex for, quote, a little bit, and then laid down and talked for around an hour and a half. Half an hour to an hour, sorry. Hi, welcome on in. Have you? Yeah, I feel like I give you a synopsis. What time to join when I'm talking about BDSM sex in this case. So basically, this is a case where let me switch to a different camera. This is a case where a British backpacker by the name of Grace Millane, were on her gap year. She traveled to New Zealand, to Auckland, on a solo backpacking trip. And while she was there, she went on a Tinder date the day before her birthday, and unfortunately she was murdered on this Tinder date. And we're basically going through Jesse, who is the person who she met on the Tinder date, and the murderer. We're going through his account of what happened that night. So take this with a grain of salt, and also I'm sorry for the vulgarity of it. We're going to just quickly jump down to these notes here. So just see what this says. Okay, just say that evidence at trial established that Grace occasionally engaged in these practices. Okay, but I don't really want to delve into that there much, because, like, you know, it's private to Grace's life. Love your channel, by the way. You're the best. Oh, no. Thank you so much for your compliments. Thank you for the summary. No worries. We usually have a recap command, but it's not working at the moment. So Jesse, who is the appellant in this appeal document, went on to say that at some point they started to have sex again. And during this, she held him around his neck and pushed down, using him as leverage. They swapped over and started having more violent sex, ending up on the floor. He said, quotes, she told me to hold her arms tighter, and then she told me to hold her throat and go harder. You get the point. I'm sorry. And just basically go harder and push harder, basically. And apparently, if this account is truthful, it was that caused Grace's death. Let me just read this here. Inu says, I'm going to be taking a gap year in case like this just terrify me as someone who is AFAB and I would be alone. Remember, I'm Airway, so you should be fine. Just make sure, I mean, yeah, I mean, you've just got to have your wits about you a lot, and, you know, touch base and everything. Let me let that message through. Yeah, I mean, I moved to Minneapolis on my own when I was 18. So I totally, but like, you know, you've just, to be fair, I never leave the house. Even when I moved to Minneapolis, I just didn't really leave the house much. But I always have my location shared with my friends and my family on my phone. And yeah, it's not unlike me not to make contact with someone or at least tweet something in a day. So like, but then I don't leave the house anyway. Don't leave the house. Amy, hello, welcome on in. Unfortunately, Amy, you did lose your VIP status to Alaric. Unfortunately. Alaric says, isn't it amazing how many killers accidentally kill someone that not their fault, the victim made them do it? Right? Always blame, there's a constant victim blaming there. Constant victim blaming. Roidoso, Roidoso, do you have another name that you want me to call you? Or do you want me to call you that? Or is that how you pronounce your name? You said, yeah, no way, Buster, right? Matt says that he thinks he's full of shit. The Jesse guy. Oopsie Daisykins. Yeah, right? Right in you. Ami says, find my friends as an angel. Yes. I have Find My Friends set up with my friends and my family. And then we also have Life 360 as well. Set up. So not in a controlling way. I mainly use it to see whether my mum's at home, to see if I can call her. You can call me Rowdy. Okay, wonderful. I can add notes, right? I know there's a way of doing it. I just don't know. Ah, here we go. Rowdy. There we go. Did that go through? Oh, I don't think that worked. Okay. Oh yeah, Rowdy is Spanish for loud. Oh, Rudoso is Spanish for loud. Ah, wonderful. Oh, good. It's actually updated your name there. If you guys have a name that you'd rather me call you, this is off topic. Let me switch to the main screen. If you guys have a name that you'd rather me call you, let me know now so I can update you on my end, because I can set your usernames. Amy, yeah, I know. Oh, right. I'm adding it in now, spelt like that. I've added it in. I've added it on the system. There we go. Also put in. So yeah, if you guys have a name that you prefer me to use for you, let me know real quick. And I can put that on my end so that every time you come in, I can see. A nice mountain town in New Mexico. Ah, you just have to be quirky. Yeah, right? Quirky. Right, let's continue on now through this part of the case. So, let's see. Oh, also, if you guys... Oh, call me either Jen or Toki. Oh, well, I'm going to put you as a Jen. We're on first name basis now. Save. There we go. Let me just grab the pronouns link for you guys as well, in case you guys wanted to set your pronouns. I should probably set it up on the bot, but I'll get around to it.
I think it's time to blow this thing. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Better to catch them is my real test. To train them is my car. Thank you for the prime sub, useless useless ego. Welcome on in, and thank you for the follow as well. I hope you're doing well. Matt says you want to be deputy co-chief trainee Matzy. Oh, well, I'm gonna call you just Matzy. How does that sound? How does that sound? Got you there. Okay. By the way, guys, if you have Amazon Prime, if you link it to your Twitch account, you can subscribe for free using your Prime Gaming sub here. It helps support me, it helps support the channel, it helps support everything that we do. And you get ad-free viewing, you get exclusive emotes here on Twitch, and you get access to the special space over on the Discord server where you can vote. It's a new thing that we're doing, and you'll see it next Sunday on the channel with the monthly polls for cases. So every month we choose 3 cases and we put them to a poll, and then Patreon members, channel members, and Twitch subscribers can vote on these polls for what case to cover for that month. So yeah, make sure you check that out. The Discord link, if you guys wanted to join, because currently my bot commands are down. It should be that one. That should take you there. I hope. Probably. I hope. Yeah, it does. Wonderful. If you want to join over there, then feel free to join us over there. Okay, let's continue on through the document. Let me switch scenes real quick. Okay, so it says here that it's unclear on the evidence at trial precisely at what time Grace died. However, it is accepted on appeal that Grace died sometime before Jesse made various searches on his phone, beginning at 1:29 a.m. Okay, so Jesse said that after intercourse, he went to have a shower and fell asleep while doing so. Who the heck falls asleep in the shower? How do you fall asleep standing up? I don't know. So when he awoke, he went back to bed and the room was dark. Also, very, very, very not PG-13, suspicious user. Matt, you've just been flagged as a suspicious user. Just thought I'd let you know. I don't know why it did that. Do you have a different Twitch account? Because it just flagged you there as suspicious. I'll let you through. Jesse does. Obviously. Yeah. Weird. I've let you through, so hopefully it's got rid of that flag for you. Okay. Yeah, side note, worst aftercare after intercourse ever. You get 0 out of 10 for aftercare there, Jesse. He said that he assumed that Grace had left. I have a shower seat and I've slept in the shower after a long shift. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have a shower seat. To be fair, I spent about 3 seconds in the shower. I'm in and out. Spoody. Also, I'm really tall, so like, and my shower is pretty small. So he assumed that Grace had fallen asleep, so he went to sleep, and it was, I think about 20-minute average. Oh my gosh. It was, he said, only in the morning that he discovered her body on the floor with blood coming from her nose. He said he tried to move her to see if she was awake, but then panicked and did not know what to do. He dialed 111, but did not complete the call because he was scared how bad it looked. Guys. Guys. It's going to look even worse for you if you don't contact the authorities as soon as this happened. Like, I mean, obviously I don't think this account is real of what happened, but like, bro, I accidentally start contemplating life itself. That, or I forget to eat before my blood sugar drops and I almost faint. Oh no. I'm just in and out. He's evil, right? Right? So it says that it is accepted on this appeal. It's amazing how they say stuff that thinking anyone will buy it. Exactly, Rowdy. Exactly. So it says it's accepted on appeal that some of the foregoing accounts given to the police was untrue. Thank you for the hydrate, Layla. Mods, can we get a quick shout out for Layla, if at all possible? I would very much appreciate it. I need to just quickly switch to studio mode so that I can fix the shout out window because it is huge. Oh my god. That's a great clip. That was a great clip. If you guys aren't following Layla, then please do. She's trying to get to 100 followers, so I'd really appreciate any support over there. Layla today streamed for like 8 hours playing Stardew Valley, so go give her some love and support. I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so let's continue through here. So again, it says that the foregoing account was untrue. So this account here, foregoing means the previous account, right? Am I dumb? I think I am. Just mentioned. Yeah. It's just not a word that I would use. So this account is untrue based on the evidence. So it says by 1:29 a.m. Grace was dead, and Jesse knew that. At that time, he searched Whitaker Ranges, on his phone. Yeah, I call bullshit on his account. At 1:35, he searched hottest fire. Over the next 10 minutes or so, he accessed various adult websites. That's strange. Between 1:46 a.m. and 1:49 a.m., he took 8 intimate photographs of Grace's body. And between 2:08 a.m. and 2:24 a.m., he accessed further adult content. A 4-hour gap then followed. This is making me physically ill. Just after 6 a.m., Jesse used his phone to search car hire Auckland. Then he searched large bags near me, and shortly afterwards he searched rigor mortis. That is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. So he found sexual gratification in the murder of this woman. This a whole other human being. I then took photographs of her body. That's grim. That is actually disgusting. Oh, but it was an accident, right? Yeah. It was an accident, wasn't it? Yeah. Totally. An accident during sexy times. And then he didn't, sexual sadist, right? You feel free to let that message through. Totally an accident, right, Jen? It isn't Jesse's fault, right, Amy? It isn't Jesse's fault. Right, we're just going to go to a quick ad break. I think we need a little cat dance break after reading this part. And then we'll see you in 90 seconds to continue going through. See you in a little minute. Okay, welcome on back, everybody. I hope you had a little cat dance break. Actually, I want to move to sitting down again. And then we are going to go through more of this document. And I'm interested to see, so we know that this is an appeal document, so we know that appeals happened, but it's such good police work that they, within, I think it was a week, right? Or just over a week, maybe not even a week. She went missing on the Saturday, body was found the Saturday following. So, right? Yeah, so, amazing police work there. Let's... One sec, let me just reply to this text message. Okay. Yeah, amazing police work there from the police department in this case. So let's continue on here. So we know that he was a sicko. So the next part of the narrative is again available from CCTV footage and other digital sources. It says that Jesse left City Life, which was the building complex where, well, it's a hotel, but he had an apartment in it, just after 8 a.m. that Sunday morning being Grace's birthday. He went into the warehouse in the Atrium on Elliot, which is a shopping center, at 8:07 a.m., where he purchased a suitcase before returning back to City Life at 8:14 a.m. Well, that isn't suspicious. At 8:32 a.m., he got in the lift to leave City Life again and went down to the Countdown Metro supermarket. And at the self-checkout, he purchased bleach, gloves, antibacterial wipes, and gum. He then returned back to the apartment at 8:40 a.m. with those items. At 10:25 a.m., he took a taxi to Apex Car Rentals and hired a one-day rental car, returning to City Life at 11:02 a.m. And then he then left again for an hour at 1:33 p.m. and then left again at 2:53 p.m. That definitely sounds like somebody who would committed a murder would do. Like, excuse me. So later in the afternoon, at around 4 p.m., Jesse went to a bar, having arranged to go on a date with another woman that same day. That same day? He went on another Tinder date that same day. A lyric says, that just screams I'm innocent. It was an accident, right? Completely not sus if you ask me, says Jen. Right. This doesn't seem like the behavior of somebody who'd accidentally killed someone. And then you went on another date that same day, which means that you're showing no remorse. You're showing no like emotion. Sorry, if you accidentally, as he claims, if you accidentally murder someone, you are not going to be in the right state of mind to be going on another date that evening. No disconnect there at all, says Rowdy, right? Just your average small talk, yeah. So this one was called Mrs. E, and she gave evidence at trial that Jesse had made several comments about disposing bodies in the Waytaker Ranges and the risk of something going wrong during rough sex and ending up in jail. Amy says, might have killed her, still got needs in it. Jesus, he's such... I hope that he received a lengthy sentence, and we're going to find out.
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Seraphim, thank you for the follow there. Thank you. Let me know if, I don't know if you're going to lurk, or let me know if you want to chat. If you have another name that you want me to, thank you for the part redeem, Matt. If you want me to call you by, so I can keep a note of that. This sounds so frat boy, right? Layla says, I can never get my head around how people can do shit like murder someone and act like nothing ever happened. I know, it's horrific. That's what we think of Jesse. I agree. Okay, so then he arrived back at City Life at 5:42 p.m. So this date was, you know, a late afternoon date. You know, when you got to clean up a murder by 2:53 p.m., but you got a date at 4 p.m. Just cancel it. Amy says, quote, killed someone, now watch me do a keg stand, right? He's a horrific human being. Horrific. Do we have a picture of him? Let's see if we can find a picture. I want us to put a face here to who we're talking about. Ticking time bombs in human suits, exactly. Let's see. What was his name? Jesse Shane Kempson. Let's see if we can get a picture here. Images. Okay, so this is a picture of... let me get this a bit bigger. Open a new tab. Here is a picture of him. I mean, my first thoughts, and this might be a bit off-piece, it might be a bit... But Grace is so out of his league. Oh, I don't know why I just moved. Looks like a football player, right? Let me bring this down again. There we go. Oh, look, we're 2 followers away from 850. We are trying to get to 1,000 here. He looks punchable. Yeah. Man was punching and he knew it, says Amy. Exactly. Jen says that they agree. Yeah. It's just... How did he get 2? Oh, never mind. Right. We're not being... No. It's not being mean because he is a horrible, evil person who murdered someone. We do have... We're going to go through the Sky News article. Oh, there's a picture of him there. Because this has clips from the CCTV that we're going to take a look at once we've got through this. Not this one. Let me close some of these off because we don't need all of these open. We read through this one. I think we read through this one. Okay. So let's continue here. So that same day, on the Sunday, which was Grace's birthday still, at 7:12 p.m. that Sunday evening, Jesse left City Life. Again, that is the like the building where he lived, and also a hotel. I went to the Countdown supermarket in the rental car. He looked at the Rug Doctor stand, but left without making a purchase. There's something about his eyes, a coldness, I guess. Oh, that's so true. Let me bring up this one again. Yeah, he, I don't know, there's something about him, I agree. But again, I feel like he might have been quite a charismatic person. He described, I didn't write a note down of what he said he was. He told Grace that he was he works for something good. That face is I'm sorry I got caught on, I'm sorry I killed it. Exactly, Layla. Rental car and a Rug Doctor. Is that what I said? Rug Doctor. I believe that's just, I think Rug Doctor is just where they sell carpet cleaning machines. Okay. And yeah, he had the rental car that he got. He looks bored. Exactly, Amy. Exactly. His whole aura has something creepy about it. Yeah. The stains, right? I think so, yeah. I think so. They're expensive machines, though. So he left without making a purchase, returning to his apartment at 7:45 p.m. And then he left again shortly afterwards, returning to the same supermarket at 8:11 p.m., where he hired a Rug Doctor. So a Rug Doctor is a... let me look at Rug Doctor again. Let's get a... So, here, so you can hire them... Oh, I want to know about them. So here's a Rug Doctor, and it says vacuum cleaners can't remove all the dust, grime, and allergens like in your carpet, but the Rug Doctor carpet cleaner has the power to reach even the deepest layers of your carpet. So yeah, it's a big removal, big cleaning piece of equipment. So he rented one. Went back to the apartment for 8:28 p.m., then left again at 8:56 p.m., returning the Rug Doctor to the supermarket. Oh, so he only used it for 20 minutes? The man doesn't know how to clean properly. So he returned that at 9:15, and then he went back to his apartment and entered the lift with a baggage trolley at 9:27 p.m. They get iron brew out of white carpet. I may have spilt it over my aunt's carpet once, says a Lyric Wolf. Oh my gosh. Lyric, by the way, if you have a name that you'd rather me call you, just quickly let me know so I can just put it in. Maybe you can figure out how to use it? Maybe. Or maybe it's just dumb. So at 9:30 p.m, he re-entered the lift with the trolley, carrying 2 suitcases and a sports bag. And it appeared that he loaded the bags into his car, the rental car, at 9:32 p.m. He returned the empty trolley at 9:33 p.m, leaving this in the hotel lobby before driving the rental car to a car park at 9:35 p.m. Alaric or Owl work for me. Okay, let me make a note of that real quick. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, made a note. He looks like he wouldn't know how to clean up even the smallest of spills, right? He looks like Mummy did all the cleaning for him. Mummy or Daddy did the cleaning. He probably doesn't know how to wash his own clothes. Anyway, so he just kept going. He's getting his usage from this rental car. So he parks the rental car at that car park where he left it overnight. And then the following morning, on Monday the 3rd of December, probably doesn't even know how to cook, right, Layla? He left the apartment complex at 6:14 a.m. and picked up the car at 6:20 a.m. At approximately 6:50 a.m., he arrived at the ITM car park in Cumio. So this is Cumio. I imagine. There's a Waitakere here. So this is where the body was discovered. So it was close by. So there he purchased a red shovel and some bolts, for which he paid for in cash. The kind of psychopaths, says Amy, that thinks wearing his pants inside out counts as putting on a clean pair. Oh my gosh. Just buy more pants. So Jesse then buried Grace's body in the Waitoco Ranges. At 9:30 a.m., he parked the car in the same car park and they did overnight, and entered city life barefooted and carrying a sports bag. At 9:52 a.m., he left again carrying 2 bags, but was identified in the car park with just 1 bag. He walked down to the dry cleaners at 9:58 a.m., dropping off several clothing items to be cleaned. He had a busy few days. It's a wonder he didn't have knucklehead mates help him or mummy come to the rescue, right? It was a busy few days. I'm just going to kind of skip through. Okay, yeah. I was worried that this will start giving us like day by day an hourly report on what he was up to. So I don't know how a murder / SA is an automatic life sentence, right? A life sentence isn't even a sentence for life. So at 10:20 a.m., Jesse arrived at the warehouse store, the shopping center, and purchased another suitcase with cash. He then went to the nearby Wash World, where he cleans the rental car, removed a shoe from the boot of the car, and left the shovel against the wall of the next bay at 10:39 a.m. He returned to City Life at 11:20 a.m. with 2 suitcases. He then left again at 11:27 a.m., going to a service station to fill the rental car with petrol. They went back home again at 21 minutes past midday, and then left at 3:14 p.m. with a sports bag. At 3:17 p.m., he returned to the Mint dry cleaners, dropping off the sports bag, which contained more clothing and bed sheets to be washed, and collecting the items he had dropped off. Ooh.
I think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Thank you for the follow, Earth Beans. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Oh, this will be CCTV that he's been captured on, which is why the timings are so precise. That would be how they are following him. CCTV, it would also be his transaction times and things like that. And this is from the appeal document. So this is court information. This is from the evidence. So he collected what he dropped off, and then he went back home at 3:18 p.m. Okay. So the next day, on Tuesday the 4th of December, which was coincidentally Grace's dad's birthday, Jesse collected the sports bag from Mint Dry Cleaners at about 2:55 p.m. And on Wednesday the 5th of December at 4:50 p.m., he was observed taking items out of the sports bag and putting them in a rubbish bin at Albert Park. Importantly, these items have not been recovered. Yeah, New Zealand is like the UK in that there are cameras everywhere, says a lyric. Yes. Yeah. It's useful. Okay, so obviously by this point the police had started their investigation, and on the following day, on Wednesday the 5th, the police contacted Jesse via Facebook, having noticed that he had commented "beautiful, very radiant" on Grace's profile picture at about 9:29 p.m. on the Saturday. So that was when they were still together. Layla, if you click allow on the auto mod and let that one through, that would be, I'd much appreciate it. Let me have a quick drink. So when they were still together, he commented on her profile picture on that date. Layla, I think you have to be in mod view. At the bottom of the chat, there's like a mod view option, like underneath the chat. I'm fairly sure. Okay, so he left that comment on the Facebook page, on the Facebook photo. The police told them they were looking for Grace and asked him to make contact. And later on in that same evening, the police received the login details for Grace's Facebook, and they read messages between Grace and her friend, which we went through earlier. And then obviously they prioritized trying to figure out who was being referred to in those messages. Okay. Oh, we're one follower away from 850. Heck yeah. If you guys are watching and you aren't followed, if you just click the little love heart button, it's absolutely free. I'd very much appreciate it. Also, if you're watching on mobile, again, if you tap your screen, click the little share icon, scroll down and hit the host channel button. I think that's what it is. Let me just double check for you real quick. That helps. It's completely free for you.
How you doing?
Thank you for the host, Editor Styles. What an icon. Thank you. Hope you're doing well, Styles. Hope you're good.
How you doing?
Thank you for the host, Illyric.
How
Yes,
you
that's
doing?
how you're doing. Thank you, Amy, for the host as well. Me, you. Hi, Styles. How are you doing? Okay, so continuing onto the next day, Thursday the 6th of December, was when Jesse then called the police, and he told them that he had been with Grace on the Saturday evening, and they had been, told them what they'd done. And the last time that he had seen her, he told them during this phone call, was at 10 p.m. that night. And this information was then passed on to the Central Police Station. Okay, so we know this accounts. Actually, no, this is a little bit different from the later accounts, actually. So we'll go through it. So it says that they had met, that Jesse had met with Grace at the Burger Bar between 6 to 8 p.m. And we know that they had met at 5:45 p.m. that day. And it says that they then left Sky City, which was where the Burger Bar was located, and each walked down opposite sides of Victoria Street West towards Queen Street, where he turned left to head towards the viaduct. He lost sight of her. Okay, so if we look here on our map that we have, so this, go please. So this is where the Burger Bar is with the Sky City. They went to a Mexican place, but in his initial accounts, that's not what he said. So they walked down Victoria Street West, and then he turned off, presumably to go home, and she was not to be seen. Okay. He also then told police in this initial contacts that they had no further contacts, and he presumed that Grace had unmatched him on Tinder. The police told him that they would need to take a statement from him, which he agreed to do so after he finished work at 4 p.m. However, the police then decided to conduct their inquiries at City Life Hotel, and they saw him outside the hotel. They approached him at about 2:52 p.m, and he agreed to go to the police station with the police officers. Because they needed to... apparently... Wait, I'm trying to skim read here to see what's relevant or not. But apparently, Jesse gave a different address to the police earlier that morning than the one that he had lived at, which was deemed suspicious. So they decided to speak to him. And then they were interviewed at the police. He was interviewed at the police station, and he maintained that he had left Grace on the evening of December 1st at around 8 p.m. and denied any involvement in his disappearance. And this first formal evidential interview was played to the jury. Following the interview, when the interview happened, Jesse requested to speak to a lawyer, then exercised his right to make no further comment on the matter and was allowed to leave the station. Okay. On Saturday, the 8th of December, so this was... Yes, this was the day that he was charged with murder. They went to go and speak to him a second time, and he agreed to go with them. And at the same time, is that correct? Because I thought they arrested him the day before. Or maybe it was on... No, yeah, because it was the day after he was charged with murder that they found the body. But at that same time, when they were bringing him in to have another interview, the police identified an area in the Waitakere Ranges as an area of interest due to phone polling data obtained by the police. And it was at this second interview that that Jesse gave the account described as above, which we went through, where he alleged that he had accidentally killed her during some BDSM-related sexual intercourse, but that was disproved. And this second formal evidential interview was also placed to the jury at the trial. Okay, so during this second interview, Jesse's lawyers told the police that Grace's body was buried in an area of bush near the Waitakere Dam, and he then accompanied the police to the area to take them to where The body was buried. Okay, Amy, thank you for the lurk. And then they located her body the following day on Sunday, the 9th of December. Okay, so the trial began on the 4th of November 2019, so basically almost a year later. And we went through these key pieces of evidence already that happened at the trial. So I just kind of want to scroll down and see. Obviously, he thought he was innocent, right? He agreed to that he'd been the one that had killed her, but he didn't think it was like in the first degree. So let's go through the ruling and judgment. I'm going to quickly actually see if I can find this on YouTube real quick, because I do like to watch the verdicts. Let me just hover over this one.
The man who murdered Grace Millane.
Okay, we'll watch this clip, which is from the trial. Yeah, we'll watch this clip to see what the sentencing was like and everything like that. And then we will, then we'll continue on.
Millane will spend at least 17 years behind bars before he's eligible for early release. The 28-year-old strangled the British backpacker in his central Auckland apartment after they met for a Tinder date on the eve of her 22nd birthday. There was an eerie silence at the High Court in Auckland today as the high-profile case came to a close. Our court reporter Annika Smith has followed the case from first appearance to trial and filed this story.
After sitting in silence for weeks during the trial, Grace Millane's mother finally spoke.
I am absolutely heartbroken that you have taken my daughter's future and robbed me of so many more memories that we were going to create.
Grace Millane died so far away from her friends and family. The young Brit set off from her hometown in Essex in October 2018 on a worldwide OE. After spending time in South America, she landed in Auckland, and it was here she met the man who would murder her. Gillian Millane said she wished it had been her.
As a mother, I would have done anything to change places with her. I sit full of guilt, knowing I couldn't help her, but I should have been there. She died terrified and alone in a room with you.
The 28-year-old man was found guilty of murdering Ms Millane after a 3-week trial last November. The pair had bar-hopped through Auckland CBD on a Tinder date on the eve of Ms Millane's 22nd birthday. She was last seen alive walking into the man's City Life apartment with him at 9:40 that night. He wheeled her body out in a suitcase the following day before burying it in the Waitakere Ranges. Ms Millane's brother Declan told the court his life changed forever when investigators found her body.
This person did not just take Grace's life, but he took away a piece of my life as well. I've not felt whole since my sister's death.
The police were quick.
I just want to quickly mention that the reason that his face is blurred in this is because they initially were not revealing his identity. But this is Jesse behind that, and we've got pictures of that. We've obviously seen pictures of that. So that is Jesse there behind the blurred face.
To track the man down as the last to see Ms Millane alive, largely thanks to a wealth of CCTV cameras around the city. He initially lied to the police, saying he'd parted ways with her that night with plans to see each other again. But he changed his story a few days later, admitting he'd buried her after waking from their night out to find her dead. The Crown argued the man strangled Ms Millane to death. The jury heard he took 7 intimate photographs of Ms Millane's body after she was dead. He also watched extreme pornography and googled Waitakere Ranges and hottest fire. Ms Millane's sister-in-law, Victoria, said the evidence had been difficult for the family to sit through.
The trial was incredibly difficult. I sat listening and reading about your actions, all of which will haunt me forever.
The man's lawyers argued Ms Millane's death had been accidental after rough sex gone wrong. However, the jury's unanimous guilty verdict meant it rejected this defence and found Ms Millane didn't consent to the actions that killed her. Crown Prosecutor Brian Dickey told the court the man had eroticised Ms Millane's death. He said the photographs, pornography, post-mortem Tinder date and disposal of Ms Millane's body were all aggravating factors in the case that warranted at least 17 years behind bars.
Its cumulative effect, the Crown says, may bring the court to a point of finding a high level of cruelty, depravity or callousness in the murder. So it needs to be considered in its whole, and it is, with great respect, extraordinary against any other case considered in New Zealand.
The man's defence lawyer, Ian Brookie, landed on a lower sentence of 11 years, but not before acknowledging Ms Millane's family.
The first point, Your Honour, I want to acknowledge is the input of the Millane family into this process. It is an important part of the process, and their acute sense of loss is, of course, acknowledged in these tragic circumstances.
He said his client's position hadn't changed since the guilty verdict at trial.
My instructions are that the defendant maintains his innocence, and that is his right.
Mr Brookie said a cultural report had found his client had a difficult and traumatic upbringing.
He was cut off from his mother and his only brother at a very young age. He's severely disconnected from his te ao Māori, and he had, by the time of December 2018, become isolated from both his culture and from his family, his key support networks.
Justice Moore accepted the man had a volatile upbringing, but said it didn't make him less culpable. He said Ms Millane was vulnerable as a young woman abroad, and even more so in the context of a sexual encounter.
You are a large and powerful man. She was diminutive. On your account, she asked you to hold her arms and then her throat. On your account, this was happening while you were having sexual intercourse. In that position and in those circumstances, Ms Millane was particularly vulnerable. You were in a position of total physical dominance.
Justice Moore said the man's actions were hardly a spontaneous outpouring of remorse, sentencing the man to life in jail with a minimum non-parole period of 17 years. Outside court, Detective Inspector Scott Beard said the Millanes were pleased with the result, but nothing would bring their daughter back.
The impact of losing their daughter on a birthday in a foreign country has been devastating, and no matter what this outcome today, they will forever have the life sentence.
Mr Beard has worked closely with the family while overseeing the police investigation since its infancy. He thanked the New Zealand public for supporting the family and took aim at the toll the man's rough sex gone wrong defence had taken.
Strangling someone for 5 to 10 minutes till they die is not rough.
Is this entire video just a close-up picture of his face? Is that what we're looking at here? Should we just find... let me see if I can find... let me see if I can find something a little bit better here, because that gave us a lot of information, but it didn't really give us... didn't really give us what we wanted. Let's go with... we'll do this one, followed by this one. How does that sound? We'll do the final hours shown on CCTV, and then we'll go to see the parents' statement. So we'll do that in 90 seconds after this quick ad break, guys. So I'll see you guys in 90 seconds. Have a little cat dance. You need to go to sleep now. Okay, Layla, thank you. If you wanted to just leave your computer open on alert, I'd very much appreciate it. See you, yes, talk to you tomorrow. Right, we'll run a quick advert and then we will watch these two videos. So see you in just a minute. Okay, welcome on back. Let's watch this one. So this is from the trial. It's the final hour shown on CCTV so that you guys can have a visual of that. And then we'll go and look at these statements and like the aftermath. Okay.
The final hours of Grace Millane's life were shown to a High Court jury today. A compilation of hours of CCTV footage of the British backpacker enjoying a 3-hour date in central Auckland with the man accused of her murder. The High Court heard that Grace messaged a friend during the evening to say, "I clicked with him so well," and that she would update her the next day. That was the last time the friend heard from Grace. This afternoon, Ms Millane's mother broke down and left the courtroom as a police officer described explicit photos found on an iPhone. The Crown say they were taken of her daughter's body. Our reporter Sarah Robson and camera operator Dan Cook are covering the case.
Grace Millane's parents, David and Gillian, watched intently from the public gallery as the final hours of their daughter's life were shown on big screens around the courtroom. The Crown took the jury through about an hour of CCTV footage gathered from around central Auckland, showing Ms Millane and the accused on a Tinder date. Prosecutor Robin McCoubrey asked Detective Adam Bicknell how much footage the police gathered.
The amount of CCTV that was collected in total was, I think, just short of 6 terabytes worth of data, which was a significant amount. Majority of that came from City Life Hotel.
So taking that as an example, what sort of period and how many cameras were you looking at for City Life Motel?
I believe City Life Hotel had 14 cameras. It recorded 24 hours a day. And we retrieved, I think it was 6 days worth of footage.
As well as footage from the City Life Hotel, the police were able to access CCTV cameras at the bars the pair went to, as well as cameras on the street.
Were you able to trace Ms Millane and the defendant's path on the night of the 1st of December, firstly, and then in the subsequent days?
Yes.
And so you were able, we're going to look at it in two halves during the trial, but you were able to trace where Ms Millane and the defendant went up until about 9:40 on the Saturday, is that correct, when they entered the City Life Hotel?
Yes.
The CCTV footage shows Ms Millane leaving base backpackers where she was staying and then arriving at Sky City.
And on the screen there at about 5:43 p.m, do we see Ms Millane walking along Federal Street away from the camera?
Yes.
The footage shows Ms Millane standing near some large Christmas trees set up near the Sky Tower. There are other people milling around, and at one point Ms Millane is seen using her phone. The jury heard yesterday that the last message she sent her family in the UK was a picture of the Christmas trees from that spot.
There was what seems to be a speaker or something, or a light or something in the bottom of the screen in the middle, and then there's a gentleman in a high-vis jacket, and between those two, that's Ms Millane.
It then shows the accused in a blue jacket walking over to meet Grace Millane and giving her a hug. The pair headed into Sky City, up the escalators and into Andy's Burgers and Bar on the first floor. They bought drinks and found a table. As part of their investigation, the police collected receipts from the places Ms Millane and the defendant went. Robin McCoubrey detailed what they bought.
There seemed to be a number of cocktails on both tickets. Cuervo, is that tequila?
My understanding is yes.
And then a number of, as I say, cocktails on the top receipt, 7 in total and 2 on the bottom receipt.
Ms Millane and the accused left Sky City and headed to the Mexican cafe, where they continued to drink heavily, buying jugs of margarita.
I'm trying to highlight here with my cursor where they are, but also I'm also interested in, like, you see when Grace came over here and, you know, the touch that they had and like how she felt the date was going and things like that. I think that's interesting to take a look at, because clearly she thought it was going well.
And sangria. They departed at about 8:30 and CCTV cameras filmed them walking through the CBD to the Bluestone room. There they settled in at a small table and ordered more drinks, beer, cider and tequila shots. The bar was busy and the pair kissed a number of times.
Seen the timestamp there, about 8:50 p.m.
Yes.
Again, the two of them kissing. So, Detective, this is about 3 hours after they met at Sky City. Is that accurate?
Yes.
At one point, the accused pulled Ms Millane closer by putting his arm around her shoulders. When the accused disappears from view, Ms Millane can be seen using her phone. And when Ms Millane is out of shot, he can be seen picking up and looking through her bag. They then left together and headed back to the man's apartment at the City Life Hotel. He had his arm around Ms Millane as they walked through the lobby and into the lift. That was at 9:40 on the night of December the 1st, and it was the last time Ms Millane was seen.
I have to quickly also just point out that they had consumed, or at least Grace had consumed, quite a large amount of alcohol during this time.
During the date...
Also, I didn't like the fact that they were like, oh, they'd only met 3 hours earlier, as if it was like scandalous that they were kissing. Like, hello? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
The jury heard that Grace Millane was messaging one of her best friends, Amina Ashcroft, via Facebook. Her evidence was read to the court by Crown Prosecutor Latia Tuibererevu. Ms Ashcroft said Ms Millane told her the man she was on a date with was a manager at an oil company. Ms Millane messaged that he had an apartment in a hotel, to which her friend replied,
You have to go to his apartment in the hotel. Then bet it's like the top floor.
And Grace Millane summed up her date to Ms Ashcroft with,
I could not imagine how that friend must have felt following all of this. Having said that,
this message.
Literally, I click with him so well. Then at 11:59 a.m, I will let you know what happens tomorrow.
Amina Ashcroft said Ms Millane seemed drunk but happy, and she didn't have any concerns for her safety. Mō te hōtaka o te ahi, ko Sarah Robson, aho.
okay. And then we'll jump in here into the guilty verdict. So I'll just quickly tell you, he received a guilty verdict, and he received a life sentence with the possibility of parole after 10 years, but that could be extended by judges. That's just the standard for a murder sentence such as this in New Zealand. So he was found guilty, and let's take a listen to what her parents said following this verdict. Let me make sure captions are on.
You'll have to forgive me because I'm not very good at this.
Let me very quickly actually just put some noise suppression on that, because there's a lot of traffic noise, a bit of noise suppression. Okay, let me throw that on there.
You'll have to forgive me because I'm not very good at this. The verdict of murder today will be welcomed by every member of the Millane family and friends of Grace. It will not reduce the pain, the suffering that we've had to endure over the past year. Can't see it. Grace was taken away from us in the most brutal fashion a year ago, and our lives have been, and family have been ripped apart. This will be with us for the rest of our lives. Grace was a beautiful, talented, loving daughter. Grace was our sunshine, and she will be missed forever. She did not deserve to be murdered in such a barbaric way on her OE year. We would like to thank several people. Auckland Police Force, been professional, diligent and thorough all through this investigation. A special thank you to Detective Inspector Scott Beard, Detective Senior Sergeant Greg Brand and Detective Tony Jordan. We would like to thank the Crown Prosecution team, Brian, Robin and Lita. They never flinched away from the more intimate details of the case and were compassionate and thoughtful where the family matters arose. The press contingent, you lot, who attended court every day with my wife and I, and reported truthfully, respectfully, all the events as they unfolded. Last but not least, we would love to thank the people of New Zealand. They've opened their hearts to Grace and her family. I cannot express our gratitude enough for all the offers and gifts of kindness that we've received over the last year. Finally, we must return home and try and pick up the pieces of our lives and day to day without our beloved Grace. Thank you
all. Heartbreaking statement. Absolutely heartbreaking statement there. I cannot fathom the evil within this case. I just cannot fathom it. She should die in prison, says a lyric. Her family and friends got a life sentence of pain, grief, and not having her in their lives, right? I completely agree. Let's jump over here and over to the Wikipedia page real quick. Oh, wait, let me just scroll through this one. Let's see what we've got. Okay, we've got the scene of the crime. Luminol, which was used to show... Let me zoom in a bit. I have to fight tears hearing a parent say that broke my heart. Yeah, me too. So the police used luminol to show traces of blood on the carpet in the apartments. We've got pictures of him leaving in different clothing and him with a suitcase. Renting the car. This is the date that he went on that day. Renting the carpet cleaner. And then using a trolley to carry out 2 suitcases. He put the suitcase into his car rental. He went and bought a spade. Cleaned out his car. What's this?
I dialed 111, but I didn't hit the button because I was scared how bad it looked.
Why did you think it looked bad?
Well, there's a dead person in my room. I thought it looked terrible.
Jeez. Okay, so the lyrics are same. Her parents are heartbreaking. All the interviews I've seen. Yeah. Useless ego. Is it useless ego or useless ego? It says the girl he went on the date with the following day must have been absolutely horrified whenever she found out what he did. I believe, actually, when I searched for Grace Millane here, was this? I think there was an interview. Oh my god, that was loud. Let me just see. Okay, we're not going to watch it. We've watched a lot of videos. Jen says, yeah, I've seen more of them as well. I just want to give her parents a big hug. Yeah, I completely agree. So you received that 10-year, that life imprisonment. And then on the 21st of February 2020, he was sentenced to life in prison with a minimum non-parole period of 17 years, which he then tried to appeal, which was then dismissed. And then he was dismissed again for another ego, like toaster breakfast food. Oh, like American food. And then that was, then he basically, all of his appeals were dismissed, as they should be. I just also have to point out that her dad, David, did die of cancer in November of 2020. Now, I believe some more information came out about him. I believe something came out about, let me see if I can find, let me get rid of the CCTV here. I believe about some other women that he might have attacked. Let me clear the filters here. I want to be in the news section. Okay, let's watch this. It's from 2021. let's have a little read through. So let me scroll through. Okay, this is just another sentence here, but I believed yeah, there's an ITV documentary. Hello, what case are we covering? Oh, sorry, the recap isn't working at the moment. Where we've just covered and gone through the case of Grace Millane. It was a Tinder date murder that happened in New Zealand. Very, very sad, and again shows us so much evils that happened here, Steph, within this case. I for some reason I thought, oh, here we go. So the suppression order, the reason why his face and like name was kept private, that was lifted in December of 2020, and it was also revealed that he'd be convicted of other charges. Let me see. Let's have a look over at that article. Yes, thank you for dropping the Wikipedia page there. Okay, so it says here. Let's press another button. The untold story of Grace Millane's killer's two other victims. Okay, this is a really long article here. I just wanted to briefly touch on it. Here we go. I think this will tell us what we need to know. Let's watch this.
I'm joined by Sam Hurley outside the Auckland High Court because, Sam, today we can reveal the details of the man convicted of murder of British backpacker Grace Millane.
Yeah, we can. Today, name suppression lapsed for Jesse Kempson. It probably comes as no surprise to many of our viewers. This is a name that, if you knew how to use Google, you probably already knew his name, but now we can legally actually reveal who this killer is.
And reveal some of the details as well, right?
We can now say that he was facing two other separate trials for sexual allegations against two other women, and as a result of those separate trials that was supposed to be heard after the Millane trial, that resulted in his name being suppressed until those trials could be heard.
Facts of the case around those trials as well.
Yeah, so the first complainant was in a relationship with Kempson for a while. During that trial, we heard that he had sort of abused her over a lengthy period of time. We also heard that there was actually...
Excuse my language, but he's an ugly cunt, isn't he?
As a result of this. However, the police didn't really act on these complaints until Grace Millane was murdered, and then when Jesse Kempson became the suspect in the Grace Millane case, police then looked at his files and saw this restraining order and then went back to the woman who was a victim. And then the third victim was very similar to Grace Millane, in fact, and she was a Tinder date, also a British tourist, and they met, had drinks together, and then he sexually abused her.
Sam Hurley, thanks very much for the...
For reference, Steph, this is a picture of Grace here. So yeah, there were two other trials there that went through. I believe that's probably why his sentence was increased. Let's scroll again. Yeah, his sentence being increased here. Okay, guys, that's... oh my gosh, I pressed the wrong button. That was a really difficult case, a really sad case, a tragic case, and it really shows some of the evil that there is. And I know I say this probably on every single true crime deep dive that we do, but this one just really disgusts me, especially his acts after the murder and how he tried to blame her, and it's just despicable. Absolutely disgusting. Thank you for joining me on today's deep dive, though. We stream True Crime Deep Dives every Saturday at 10 PM UK time, which we're in BST now. So I'm not quite sure what that is for you guys. Let me just quickly Google it for you. EST, so that would be 5 PM Eastern Standard Time. And then Pacific is 2 PM Pacific time. Oh, I think we've all lined up because everyone had daylight saving and all that. So yeah, so we do that every single Saturday. at 10 p.m. So if you're interested in that, make sure to join us. I take suggestions for the cases we cover over on my Discord server if you wanted to join us there, which is joshuamiles.co.uk/join. And on Sundays, Mondays, and Wednesdays, at the same time, we just play games and hang out and just chill a bit, and wind down. On Sundays, we wind down after a long week. Mondays, we all know Monday, how bad Mondays are. Nobody likes Mondays. So we just hang out at the end of a Monday and just, chill out and catch up with one another. And on Wednesdays, it's the middle of the week. It's the hump day. We need to get through it. So we just hang out there too. Thank you so much, Kimpleg, for saying that. You said, Joshua, you're a beautiful person. I love your Saturday streams. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so we are going to be raiding out, so don't go anywhere. Let me click the button. Let's go out and... doesn't really seem to be anybody live at the moment. Yeah, it hits hard. Yeah, it does. We're going to go out and raid... No, I don't want to raid them. Does anyone have any suggestions, maybe? Sorry for the late join. It's no worries, Steph. No worries. I'm glad you could join us. Let me just... it's going to double my audio up. Let me just see who is live right now. Dun, dun, dun. See who we can go out and raid. Oh. Press the wrong button. Who can we go? Does anyone have anyone that we could raid today? I don't. Nobody's really streaming. So I'll just send it to my friend Nyachu. She is a biggest Twitch streamer. She's playing The Last of Us. Make sure you tell them lots of love and hi. And I'll see you guys tomorrow to round out the week and just hang out. So I will see you then, my loves. Yeah, see you in a bit. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for joining us.